Cobra Kai, Tori. Definitely Tori. Oh, here we go. We got someone. All right. Hey, Vortex.
What's going on, sir? How are you?
Lower me down a little bit so I can hear myself in your thing.
Sure. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. What's up?
Everything. Welcome. How are you?
Welcome.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, I just want to say, first and foremost, appreciate everything that you do for the community, man. You definitely have been an inspiration for me when it's pertaining to Dragon Ball. I've been a fan since the early 2000s and came across your channel and been locked in ever since, man. So thank you. I had a small question. I'm actually at work, so I don't want to hold you.
That means a lot.
Hopefully all the chat is doing well today too. Real quick, because there was something that me and a buddy of mine were talking a couple of months back, and it's pertaining to Daima. Do you think, basically, I know that you said earlier in the stream that that you can't predict the future, right? We know we all can't.
Well, right, but remember when Super was on the air, I used to say great prognosticator, because if we were able to guess something right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was always a fun time. And I'm bringing that word back for Daima. Sure. I'm bringing that word back. So
sure. Yeah. But when it's pertaining to Daima, do you think that because basically all the characters are going to be turned childlike again, do you feel like, because again, this is me and my buddy were thinking possibly might happen, do you think that they will put in, like the writers will say, like, we're going to have one or two characters make a decision to not become adults again? Do you think that might be something that would happen? Because I kind of feel like that might be something that may occur, but I don't know if I would be something that, if it were to happen, I'd be like, oh man, why would you want to stay a child, because because of this wish?
Bro, you're blowing my mind right now, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody bring that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing is, I said to my friend the other day, when you're a kid, all you want to do is be an adult. When you're an adult, all you want to do is be a kid again. The reason why it's fun to be a kid is because you don't have to pay bills and you're taken care of by your parents.
Exactly.
But the fun thing about being an adult is this wonderful, beautiful thing that I call pussy. And when you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'll tell you what. Which character would do that though? Like, who would be the one?
That's been my thought process of thinking, like, who would want to, out of the main core, who would you think? Obviously, all the obvious choices maybe Goku, but I can't really see Vegeta doing it. I can't see Bulma doing it. I can't, So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just one of those things. Like Daima, I'm really looking forward to. And also, by the way, I did get your Daima shirt.
Thank you.
A few months back. So thank you sir.
No, thank
for
you
allowing us to purchase that. That's a dope shirt.
Yeah, the next one I got coming out, it's not going to come out till like October. It's have you ever seen the original 1977 Star Wars poster with Luke Skywalker holding up the lightsaber and Leia next to him? So I want to do one like that. Okay, good. Sure. I want to do one just like that, but it's Trunks holding up the Spirit Sword, and it's 18, and it's not 18. I'm sorry, Mai. It's Mai, and then Zamasu in the back. That's the next shirt that I'm looking forward. That's gonna be a badass shirt.
I'm gonna let you know now. I'm gonna grab that as soon as you make it available.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. But I don't know if anyone's gonna stay a kid, because it's the thing that we don't know. The big mystery to me is, where the hell is Gohan? He's no trailer. Did he not? And also, if Pan is one of the ones that. Now, we don't know if she's there or not, but if Pan does get turned reversed in time, does she become a sperm? Like, right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's true too. That's what popped in my head too. I was like, well, where's Gohan? Where are the kids too? So I'm curious and wondering where this story's gonna go, how it's gonna flow. Are we getting something after? Like, is it gonna continue to something else? That's something that I'm interested in and finding out.
I'll be honest with you. I am too. I'll be honest with you. Some people are saying this is like a side story. I don't think it's fair to call it that, but in some ways I think it is, because I have this weird feeling that this is not going to affect Super. Meaning, I don't think that these events are going to necessarily cause something to happen in Super, but I could be wrong, because it could be something that plays out. Because one of the things I was thinking is, and I got a video coming out about this tonight actually, if Goku makes friends with people in the demon realm, those characters might be useful down the road if they have to face off against somebody else. So that could be it. I'll tell you what, like, for as much as I want people to give Daima a chance, I do understand people wanting to continue Super because it's like an ongoing story. And this is a very weird choice. But like I said earlier, I would rather have a Dragon Ball show on the air than nothing at all.
True. I totally understand. You know, you want continuous content. You know, there has been a dry spell. Yes, RIP to the homie Toriyama.
As a businessman, bro, I would love that. As a fan of Dragon Ball, I'm more interested in exploring the demon realm. That's my main thing, because I want to see it. And I want to see the fucking... Bro, Toriyama talked about the Makaio Shin in like 2011 or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, true. Now, like, what you're saying, it holds weight because... Like I mentioned, I'm a Star Wars fan. Like I said, you inspired me to create. You were the first one to inspire me to create my own anime YouTube channel where I did reaction videos. I do review videos on anime and stuff.
Is that the Vortex channel, or is that a different name?
Well, the name is Vortex 46.
Right. That's
shameless
the channel.
plug, I apologize. Yeah, that's the channel.
Okay, so clicking your name will take you right there. Okay, well, there you go. Everybody knows now.
But then I know that you're real tight with Star Wars Theory. He also was a favorite of mine. He inspired me to create a Star Wars YouTube channel. And per this specific topic that we're talking about, where you're saying like fans feel like you're saying that it won't connect to the main story. With me, when it's pertaining to Dragon Ball, when it's pertaining to Star Wars, for me, I want to explore the entire universe. You know what I mean? So same thing with Star Wars. I want to explore, you know, the many moons, many 25, 30 years prior to the prequel trilogy, prior to the Luke Skywalker, you know, the Skywalker trilogy. I want to explore those
the High Republic.
Cool. I'm enjoying the High Republic, not as much as but I want to dive into like the first Sith. Like Darth Bane is like my second favorite.
You deal with Old Republic era.
Yeah. I want to dive into the Old Republic. So same thing with Dragon Ball. I want to dive into.
I don't trust Disney. That's the only thing.
True. But at the same time, we still have the source material. At the end of the day, we can still go to the legends, not blah blah blah.
And whatever. The original 3 movies, which I think is the core of everything.
Right. That same thing. So yes, George Lucas, Toriyama. They are literally the main pinpoint on how you should be able to focus your idea. Okay, these were the creators. This is how they created this world. How do we expound on it? How do we not add to it, but stay in that same line that we can be able to still tell great quality stories, to be able to continue to have the old fans come and watch, and then also bring new fans in. So my hope is that moving forward, with Toriyama being gone, once again with Lucas not being, him being a what you call it?
Well, he's gone.
Right.
Yeah, he's doing his own.
But he's a consultant. That's what I'm saying. He's still being a consultant.
He's a consultant for Filoni, though. Right. The problem is that the other writers don't call him, and I don't like that.
Right. Yeah. And I kind of felt that way with Timothy Zahn, because Thrawn is my favorite non-Force user within Star Wars. So them not consulting him. Yeah, they really are. Them not really consulting him on the character of Thrawn really still bugs me too. But I don't want to get off track of what we're talking about. But basically saying like, yes, with Daima, yes, explore those realms. Like what you're saying, explore the demon realm, explore everything within Dragon Ball as much as possible. But at the same time, we still have the source material. We can still dive into that stuff. We can still feel like kids again there. It's just that at the end of the day, we may not be the most target audience for the new stuff coming down the line. As 10 years going down the line, like me and you, we're around the same age. I think I'm like a year or two older than you. So it's just like, I understand at the end of the day, like you're saying, you're a business person. You get it. Like, okay, we need to continue to bring fresh stuff, fresh this, fresh that. But you still want to be able to keep the current customers with you as much as you can while looking to bring new ones in, because your bottom line still matters to you as a business owner. So,
and it feels like with Star Wars, they're trying to push the old fans out. I don't mean to bring this up again, but I will because it needs to be brought up. Have you watched Cobra Kai? Are you familiar with that show?
Yes, I'm fully caught up with the first five episodes. I'm looking forward to November when the next 5 drop. Yes.
Tell me that isn't exact. Cobra Kai made me hate Star Wars more. That's exactly how they should have done it. And how Dragon Ball should have done it. We skip ahead 30 years, and we're finding out what happened during those 30 years. Meanwhile, they have the kids sort of be the... Because all those kid actors in Cobra Kai are all from Disney. Well, 2 or 3 of them are from Disney. Like, all these Disney Channel kids from the 2000s are watching Cobra Kai for the kids. People like you and I, even though we appreciate them, we're watching to see what Johnny and Daniel do and their story. And then also Terry Silver and all that. So, like, that's the way it should have been done. And it's when I look at Cobra Kai, I get mad because I'm like, this is how it should be when you're bringing back an old franchise. Even Ghostbusters did it right with Afterlife.
Yeah, well, eventually, maybe this month or something like that. And I'm actually going on a little adventure. I don't want to bring down the vibe that we're having. My mother passed away last month.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. Yeah, thank you. But one of the things that I'm deciding to do is I want to go to other cities and visit their libraries because I'm a big library fan. So, I want to be able to see the structures of libraries, see how they were built, maybe learn some things. So it's the same thing when it's pertaining to Dragon Ball, the universe. I want to be able to learn more about the universe itself. And
you mean like you want to read up on like science fact, basically?
Yeah.
Is there like a specific book you're looking for?
Well, it's not. Well, I'm not. It's not me reading. It's actually me going to libraries, seeing the structure, seeing how they're built, learning about who started the libraries. Because books. I feel like books are definitely being pushed out because of the technology. Like we're on my phone here while I'm talking.
Audio books and shit.
Yeah. So there's nothing like holding an actual book in your hand. The feel of it, the smell of it, even the smell of the room in the library still gets me excited to be there rather than being at home reading a book on my phone. So that's what I'm saying. I'm a bit more old school when it comes to certain things in my life. So like
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So that's why I have a lot of Star Wars books at home, and I'm starting to grab some manga books and stuff like that. I have to get back into Demon Slayer's manga, and I have to pay attention to because time is ever is ever flowing. So a lot of times I forget when the manga for Dragon Ball even returns. But luckily, because I have my phone on me, I get the notifications like, oh, it's not okay. The new chapter is coming. So I still would like to still get the Dragon Ball mangas, literally the books in hand rather than reading it on my phone.
I agree with that. I mean, bro, when I was in California for the Broly premiere, we went to a bookstore and they had all the Kanzenban, the original Japanese ones. I can't read Japanese. And I saw it and I was like, fuck, I'm getting it because I would never find that anywhere else. So I do like, and if you've read Dragon Ball, you kind of know the story, but I like holding it. And those books in particular are very well put together. And the pages there's just a different vibe with that. But it is sort of a generational thing because when you and I were kids, libraries were still a thing. Now everything's online. Everything's online, dude. What's the name of that website that has all the audiobooks? Audible's got everything.
Yeah, indeed, it does. I was going to say, too, that Like, I know that you went to Japan many moons ago.
2020.
Me, I have a cousin that currently lives there. He's been living there for well over a decade, but he's actually bringing his wife and his kids back to the States by the end of this year. But I want to go over there because the culture, it intrigues me. I want to learn, Mandarin. I want to learn that culture. I want to be able to see. And the other reason why I want to go to Japan, because there's specific spots that are pertaining to Persona 5, maybe the other Persona games that they created over there. I want to be able to actually see those in person, and just see the sights and stuff. So that's
how I felt about Dragon Quest. Same thing.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful that within the next few years that I can do that. And also too, I want to me and my uncle were talking, but I also want to do this with like my brothers too. I want to hop a train and go cross country, go to another city by train, see the sights.
In Japan or here?
Just here for starters, here.
Okay. Because I was going to tell you, the trains in Japan are way better than the ones we have here, bro.
I've heard, and I'm looking forward to hopefully getting that experience. So, that's why I'm saying, like, my hope for Daima, for the future of the community itself, the universe itself, is that these next, because we don't know when we're leaving this earth. We really don't. These next decade, 20 years, maybe 30, because there are 70-year-olds still out here. They're still playing video games. They're still watching anime. They're still watching Star Wars. They're still reading manga. You know what I mean? They're still experiencing those childlike things. That's the kind of mindset that I want to have. I wear anime shirts and hats, and it feels good to be able to see other people, whether young or older. They're like, yo, like, where did you get that shirt? Well, I got it on Redbubble. Boom, boom, boom. It's like, I just love that side of things where we can still hold on to our childlike mindset of you can still have fun as an adult. Don't let go of your childhood. Don't let go of who you woke up, you got excited about those Saturday cartoons with your big bowl of cereal and stuff like that. And you watched that for hours and you went to go outside and play with your friends. And don't lose that, which is technically still you, but in adult form. It's just that, like you said, we have bills to pay. We have our lives to live. We may have kids that we have to take care of, but you still hold on to that key core of who you are as a child, walking in and building it up into an adulthood. So my hope for for the community, for the universe, is that the quality continues to go up. Yes, there's going to be people complaining. It's going to happen. You can't please everybody because you're not supposed to. You're really not. You're really, really not. And the world that we live in is I believe that you've spoken about this on a few of the speakers that I've watched, is that yes, sir. Is that we take a lot of things way too serious in life. We end friendships and relationships way too easy over the smallest of things. When genuine conversations, genuine relationships can be built on a foundation of trust, of a focus of, yes, I messed up. Yes, both parties are holding themselves accountable. This is literally what anime teaches. A lot of anime teaches, a lot of mangas teach, is that the humanistic experience is to still love one another in spite of your differences, in spite of your views, in spite of what you think of how the world should flow and move. That's what anime does. So my mindset has always been, I try my best to be kind to any and every human being that I come in contact with. It doesn't matter, no matter what walk of life you're on. Doesn't matter, because you're human, you're alive, you're here. Here at work, I see so many people every single day. Oh, it's good to see you. Good morning. How are you? I don't even really get into personal life, like, hey, how are your kids and stuff like that? Because that's none of my business, unless, you bring them up. But anime is something that I will always love until my last breath on this earth. And I'm going to continue to look to even encourage others to say, hey, check out the first 5 episodes of the season. If you don't like it, don't watch it again. You don't have to. because it's your right.
Just don't tell them to watch the first 5 of Super, because then they won't watch.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you called, though, because I do appreciate that message. It is, and it's true. I mean, it is true. I try to be kind. Sometimes I fuck up, and sometimes people don't see my sarcasm. But it's okay. It's I agree with that. And you should definitely watch whatever you want to watch. And because the thing about anime, I think, is that one of the reasons to why I talk so much trash about the dub is because the dub turned what anime and what Japanese culture did into an American cartoon. The reason why so many people fell in love with anime back in the day is it didn't insult your intelligence. But if you're censoring shit like they do with Dragon Ball and Pokemon, well, they used to, not anymore. Like, for kids, I get that, but I never wanted to have my intelligence insulted, even as a kid, even when I was a little kid. Because, bro, I seen blood. I played Mortal Kombat when I was like 10. Like, I didn't become a killer. No. Like you don't have to hide me from the world, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's true. The truest form. Let your child experience things. Again, you do, at the end of the day, you are the parent. You can't control what your child watches and not watches. I know that there are parents out there that'll go and watch a movie before they just make the decision to take their child, which is fine too, which is kind of smart. But at the end of the day, your child and even us, because we experienced it, we're going to see things outside of the viewership of our parent or you, the parent. They're going to experience them. Sure, if you're going to not have them experience it at home, great. But they're going to experience stuff outside of your spectrum. They're going to. And eventually when they become an adult, they have to learn how to be them who they want to be moving forward. Whether it's, if you introduce them to anime, they stop doing it, then that's what they decide to do. Yes, if you grew up in a Christian household and they don't be a Christian anymore and they go somewhere else, that's their right. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's why I'm saying, like, the humanistic experience is so unique, so interesting to me. And the anime realm itself is just so freaking dope. And so just like, it expounds on that humanistic experience, from my opinion. And I love it so much. And like I said, I'm hopeful the next decade, 20 years, 30, we're still around, that we can still learn and grow in this life that we live, that we are privileged to live. Because I tell people all the time, I'm always just glad to see another day, because I may not see tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm headed to Wichita in October, but I may not even get there. I don't know, but that's my hope. I'm just like I said, yes, sir.
You basically surmised why I am so annoyed with people complaining about Daima, because we got real problems, bro. I'm not trying to get political here. There's a lot of people out there right now that don't have air conditioning. They don't have cell phones. They're living in a very tough situation. So if your priority is to bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch, again, I understand bitching once, but to bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch about a cartoon when you're supposed to be a fan of the series, it's just weird to me. It's weird to me, you know? Like, you're not getting what you want, but you're getting something, you know? Maybe it'll be good.
Yeah, like you said, and I'm expounding on what you said, is yes, I agree. You are allowed to criticize. You are allowed to voice your rage even. You're allowed to do that. But when you take it to a point where we see it all the time, where they start attacking the actual human being based upon the character, and
I hate that. The actors, like the story,
I despise getting attacked. I despise. It's like, dude, the Dragon Ball universe, the Star Wars universe, literally has really technically no real effect on reality. Like, none. Like, literally none. It's supposed to be an escape for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, to just get away. At the end of the day, your problems, your issues, your whatever are still sitting there waiting for you to handle them, because that's what you're supposed to do. As an adult, you have issues and problems, you have health issues and stuff, but these worlds that were created for fun and to be able to allow us to, again, escape into this realm that, again, that has no literal effect on reality. They did that because they probably felt like they needed an escape. And this is how they decided to do it. Write these characters, create these anime, write these mangas, boom. This is entertainment for us for however long. And then we just hop back on the saddle of life and we move forward and we try to do our best and put our best foot forward. Like you said, you mess up sometimes, I mess up sometimes. Hold yourself accountable. Hold your friends accountable, your wife, your kids, your husband, your partner. Hold each other accountable, build each other back up, and hope to do better than the next day. I am not in competition with nobody but myself. I'm not looking to be better than anybody. I try my best to stay humble. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad to see another day because my mother passed away last month. She could have passed away back in 2018 due to cancer back then, but she got a chance to see 7 extra years of her life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I just prefer to not have a mindset of, oh my gosh, my Dragon Ball Z world is destroyed because blah, 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 blah. If Daima isn't your cup of tea, put the cup down and pick up a different one.
I agree, man. I tell people sometimes throughout the past few years who have been wanting for Super Anime to come back, and it's like, I get it, but there's so much out there that you could be enjoying that isn't just Dragon Ball. Like, I get into all kinds of stuff, bro. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
No, I'm so glad that you called, and your message seems to have resonated with the chat quite a bit, and that's good. Yeah, but my point is, you're doing the Mr. Miyagi, and I'll be Johnny Lawrence. Stop being a bitch and complaining about stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like Dragon Ball, the thing is, I find it hard to believe anybody who really likes Dragon Ball, they're gonna at least watch episode 1, at least to see what they do, at least. And then what's gonna happen is they're gonna have that FOMO, that fear of missing out. Episode 3, 4, they're gonna start feeling like, oh shit, what am I missing? If you're a real fan, that's how you're gonna feel.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. But thanks, Lou, for having me on. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to work here. I had just a few minutes to chat, and definitely, like I said, thank you again for all that you do for the community. Continue to do what you do best, man. And that is just you. Stay true to yourself. I know that you will. Try your best not to, let the haters and anybody else get under your skin. Try your best. I know, like, it's hard sometimes. You just gotta, speak your mind. And that's, at the end of the day, I'm glad that, you still hold on to that, at least to be able to just speak your mind, your heart, and, hopefully maybe one day I can get back on here with you in the coming future.
There will be more of these. There will be more of these for sure. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you again.
Yes, sir. All right. I'll talk to you later, dude. Have a good day. Have a good day, everybody.
You too. You know what, man? At this point, it's really hard for somebody to try and sit there and disrespect my audience when we've had multiple people on this very call-in stream show that they're intelligent, that they're knowledgeable, that they're quality human beings. I know there's a lot of garbage fandoms out there. There's a lot of YouTubers that have cancerous fucking followings. And I've always said that my following is great because we don't have that many people like that. There's always bad apples. There's always bad apples. But no one's going to sit there and insult my audience at all, considering that the vast majority of them are